Thank you, TEDxFTU, for having me today. I don't happen to have many casual spaces to introduce myself in my real name. So, hi everyone, my name is Hiền Trâm, or some of you may know me as Dách on social media. And for those who not know me yet, I make content for living. And how crazy life could be that one day I get to be on the test stage thanks to the job that my dad told me to quit. So, hi, Dad. No, he's not here, but I'm gonna send the link later. Okay. So, today I want to talk about the courage to be real. But before we starting my speech, can I ask you a question? Have you ever felt like if you're not perfect, you're not good enough, then you don't deserve to be loved or to be seen? Because I have. In fact, I have built my whole life, my both on life and my off life, trying to show up for others. But for a long time, I forget how to show up for myself. So I have been a content creator for 4 years now, and to be honest, this job has brought me so many amazing opportunities that I have dreamed my whole life. You know, like I get to be wherever I want. I got surrounded with so many incredible and talented people. I get to sit next to the person that I used to saw on screen when I was in high school. And I get paid for being me. Does this sound like a dream to you? Like you show certain part of yourself. People love you, adore you so much, and receiving that validation and approval feels so good. So 4 years ago, I started my TikTok journey with zero expectation, zero commitment, and zero idea of who I want to be in the future. I was no one back then. And I started my TikTok channel because I got rejected twice for a position that I really dedicated to. And no company that I sent my job application to respond. So I was bored. It was COVID-19. And I started posting whatever I think is funny online. And it was not my intention to have my first 100K followers for just being unserious and unfiltered online. So after a year of posting, I moved back to Saigon and decided to pursue this path seriously, and I want to pursue this as my career. Even though my dad was not happy at all, but I still managed to survive all the ups and downs. As I grew, I shared more of my journey, my experiences, my thoughts, and lucky me, I received so many love and support from you guys. So the message, the likes, the comments, some of you told me that they learned a lot from me. Some of you told me that they get inspired by my glow up journey. And I even received a message that I get to be one of their vision board as well. Like, how great is that? So, as someone who used to feel like a no one before, I never felt so seen. It feels like my dream life is about to happen right now. And everything looks like I having it all. Like I got praised for being a person who have everything together, positive mindset and glowing up on the outside. But soon I started to find myself that I was chasing for that approval and building my own expectation and have some pressure in order to maintain that feelings of being good enough. If a post didn't perform well, I will I felt stupid, even embarrassed for even posting that idea online. I I believed that I have to always be productive. I couldn't rest. My house couldn't be messy because I'm a Virgo. I should already known how to love myself because I told people to do so. And I shouldn't feel lost. And I shouldn't feel bad when I get lost because that's how people see me. And I should have my life all figured out because I'm a sister, I'm the eldest daughter. And I couldn't appear ugly anymore because I was glowing up, remember? So I became my own harshest critic. Even when no one was asking me to be perfect, I told myself I had to be. The more I chased for the illusion to be flawless, the more I lost sight of who I really am. Even when I achieve something, it doesn't feel good, doesn't feel happy, doesn't feel proud as I thought I would, and everything felt just so dull. Then one day, I did something that really surprised myself and even with my best friend. Because if you close to me in real life, you know that I would rather eat grass than watch my old videos. And yet, I decided to overcome my fear of cringing, to rewatch my old videos, which were made for no one at that time but for myself, with my pure love of vlogging and recording, just for me. And that is when it hits me, because I realized somewhere along the way, while building myself up, I have filtered out most of my authentic part of myself in order to keep up with the perfect standard that I have built for myself. The more perfect I tried to become, the more disconnected I felt from myself, from my friends and family, and even from the people that I want to inspire. Because underneath all of the positive and inspiring posts was someone who exhausted, who is tired, who's afraid to be seen without makeup, and who couldn't allow herself to feel negative emotion without shame or guilt. I forgot how to just be without posting it, without trying to make it aesthetically, without labeling it with meanings, without a desire to be seen. They told us that we need to heal our inner child, but in my case, my inner child, my younger version of me, heals me and reminds me that not it wasn't perfection that made people connect with me. It was being real, being vulnerable, and being human. So if you know me, you know that I'm a huge fan of Friends. So, and this is one of my favorite and also the realistic scene of the sitcom. And despite of the laughter that it has brought to me and to many souls around the world, Friends taught me that our 20s are just not about having fun all the time, being carefree, making money, chasing that dream career, building a large group of friends, knowing what comes next. But our 20s are also about losing friendship, facing failure, carrying the guilt that we should know better forever, uh, returning home when we don't have any places to go, and watch our parents getting older. And that is a real life, and that is normal stage. So today, I don't stand here as someone who have everything figured out. Well, I never know, and I never be able to figure out everything in life. I stand here as someone who still trying my best to learn how to be real, even it's uncomfortable. I'm still learning to rest, to speak gently to myself, and to show up. Not only when I look put together, but also when I'm not. And maybe that is being enough really means. is being whole with all of the messiness, with all of the softness, with all of the unhealing emotions, and with every truth that comes when becoming a human. So after my talk, you might forget everything that I said today, and that's totally fine. But if there is something that I hope will stay with you, something that you can bring home to yourself, this is it. Feel free to screenshot. But disclaimer, these prompts are not going to help you to be more perfect, to be worthy. It's not going to help you to be glow up, to be seen. And it's not going to help you to be stronger in order to be inspiring. These prompts are just simply means when you need a space to go into yourself again, when you want to be vulnerable and be real with your emotion. I think it is my suggestion. And this is from my therapist, as known as my ChatGPT. And I'm still learning to choose vulnerability every day, not for anyone, but for myself, because I do believe that the bravest thing you can do for yourself is to show up as yourself. Thank you.